Hi, my name is Matt Corso from High Voltage Software. I'm the Art and Creative Director on the Conduit, and I'm here today to show you the game and talk a little bit about some of the features. So the Conduit is a science fiction first-person shooter designed exclusively for Nintendo Wii. It uses High Voltage's own proprietary technology, our Quantum 3 engine tech, which features lots of great visual stuff like bump mapping, specular maps, real-time reflectivity, water effects, atmospheric effects. All the bells and whistles to try to take full advantage of the hardware and give the player the best possible experience on the system. Right now what we're doing is going through the very first level in the game. It's a tutorial level, so it shows us a bit about some of the features and what our main character, Mr. Ford, can do in the game. There we go. The creatures that I'm fighting right now are called Terra Mites. They're sort of our fast characters that are all about sort of running up to you and attacking. We have different variations on them. Some of them will try to kamikaze explode on contact. Some of them will try to slash at you. They're not the most intelligent creatures in the game, but they are deadly in numbers. The Conduit was all about making a game that was an excellent first-person shooter on the Wii that would take full advantage of not only the visual hardware, but also to take full advantage of the Wii remote for the gameplay. So right now what you're seeing is everywhere the cursor points, the gun will move into that direction. As the cursor reaches the edges of the screen, the camera will actually begin to turn and giving me a view of the action and allowing me to search around the rooms, searching for enemies and hidden goodies that might be in the scene. If I want to change the controls, because maybe these don't suit my playstyle, all I need to do is pull up my menu, go to the in-game options, control options, and you'll see there's a number of control layouts that are default available to you. The Ford style is the one that the game default is set up with. There's also a bunch of others available. Or you can go ahead and change it to more of your liking. Say if you would like to have melee be on the Wiimote thrust, that's great. But if you prefer to say have melee be on a button, that's your choice. You can set that on the fly. If you prefer to switch the next weapon and grenade button, you can go ahead and do that too. It's all a matter of preference. Save your settings, move back into the game. Control sensitivity is another setting that's available to you. If you want to change your turning speed so that maybe Mr. Ford's camera looks to the left and turns to the left and right much more quickly, that's your choice. You could change cursor sensitivity. You could even change the vertical view in the game so that if you'd like Mr. Ford to look up higher and look down lower, that's up to you. Right now I'm going to go back to the default settings. That's how I'm used to playing, and that will ensure the best possible demo. Another important feature to point out is the dead zone. Dead zone's really cool because right now the way it is set, it's a bit more on the twitch side, so as the cursor moves into the blue sections, the camera will begin to turn. Anywhere in the clear section, the camera will sort of pan around, but it won't actually turn. So I can go ahead and make that tighter, so that everywhere that, as soon as I move into the blue section, the camera immediately begins to turn. And then on the flip side, if I want it to be more like a shooting gallery, maybe more like Metroid style, I can go ahead and adjust it so that you need to go much more closely to the edges of the screen before the camera actually turns. So again, I'm going to leave it on the default settings and go back to the game. One final feature that we're proud to present to you is our HUD Placement feature. First, let me change the HUD Transparency. It's another feature that's important to show. Crank up the HUD Transparency so that we can see it. If you don't like using a HUD in games, you can crank down the HUD sensitivity. There are a lot of visual indicators in the actual gameplay, such as the screen flashes green when you've picked up health, the screen goes black and white and plays a heartbeat sound when you're actually close to death. So you don't actually need to use the HUD if you don't want to, but if you're someone who likes using the HUD, that's all there available for you. So we can go ahead and take our pieces of the HUD and move them to our desired place on the screen. Looks like someone before me was having a lot of fun with the HUD placement. We'll put our health up, our grenades down, and we'll put our weapon indicator bar here at the bottom. There are hint bars here. Now back out. Go back into the game. And then as you see, the HUD is exactly where I positioned it. So let's get back to the game.
It's an organic lock, like the one at the bunker. There should be matching trigger points on the walls in this room.
Mr. Ford has a mysterious object in his possession known as the ASC, or the All-Seeing Eye device. The ASC has a unique feature that allows the player to see things that are hidden beyond the alien veil that are not ordinarily visible to the naked eye. So in this case, we need to unlock the door by charging the locking bolts with light from the ASC. So the door unlocks, and we're ready to move on. Thank you, Kevin Sorbo. I will be careful. Some weapons have a sniper scope available so that you can take out enemies at a long distance. There's a couple Terra Mites down there having a conversation. I think I'll break up their conversation. So right now we've seen a bunch of Terra Mites who've been attacking me, again the smaller critters. But now let's get on to some of the more difficult enemies. Here's a good example of how to use grenades in Conduit. These Conduit spawn portals are a really bad thing, and as long as they stay around, these drudge drones will continue to spawn. The drudge drones are an example of our more intelligent creatures. They'll try to avoid you, hide, jump out and shoot you from their cover positions. They'll try to flank you. They even talk to each other. Right now I'm playing the game on one of the lower difficulty settings. Plus it's very early in the game, so the drudge is not too difficult to take down. So again, another drudge spawns from the portal. We want to stop that. Let's go ahead and use our nunchuck. By a simple toss of the nunchuck, I'll toss a cursor toward the grenade, or a grenade toward the cursor, excuse me. And let's destroy that Conduit portal. Take out the other one, and finish the mission. Actually, before I go in, let me pick up one of the drudge weapons. This is an example of one of our alien weapons, the strike rifle. It's similar to your other assault rifle, only it has a unique charge feature and a really cool zoom feature. The story of the Conduit is based out of Washington, D.C. And the idea is that my name is Michael Ford, and I'm a Secret Service agent that's got mixed up into some really bad things in the city. There's been some conspiracy around the city as far as what's actually going on. There's been sickness and disappearances. So Mr. Ford is sent to investigate. Basically, I have a new boss, calls himself Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams begins sending me on some of these really strange missions that result in Mr. Ford getting himself involved in some epic scale alien invasions.
Save your ammo. You won't be able to damage a Conduit that size.
At its core, the Conduit is a science fiction type story about an alien invasion that occurs in Washington, D.C. But although the story may sound a bit ordinary, it's told exceptionally well through our voice actors, Mark and Morgan Shepard, and Kevin Sorbo, who do a great job of delivering the lines for our characters. And the story is actually very rich and detailed, and there's a lot involved. We think that players are really going to enjoy their time with the Conduit. And we think there's going to be a lot of twists and turns and surprises that people are really going to be taken by.
That should be the last of them for now. Give me a second to calibrate your suit so you can pass through the portal. Calibration is complete, Michael. Step through whenever you're ready.
What is happening to me?
Hold on tight.
So I hope you enjoyed your demo of the Conduit, an exclusive first-person shooter for Nintendo Wii by High Voltage Software that's being released this June.